Yeah, obviously we're excited because coming off a big win, like you said, at Penn State. The last 3 weekends haven't been perfect weekends for us, but they were weekends in all 3 series. On Saturday night, we were playing teams that had chances to accomplish something pretty special. So Minnesota here 3 weeks ago could have won the Big Ten title here. We came back and beat them. The following week, Michigan State could have clinched home ice in our building. Saturday night, we came back and had a really good game to beat them 6-2. And then previous Saturday at Penn State, they had a chance to clinch home ice. We prevented them from doing that. They're now on the road with Michigan State. So we have 3 key games for us late in the year to kind of get us ready for playoffs. So it's a good time to be going into playoffs. It's probably the best we've felt about our team because of those 3 wins and the circumstances that we got them in. So Friday night in Michigan, we're ready to go there and leave it out on the ice.
Let's take some questions for Coach. We'll start with Jocko and then Mark.
Jocko, I'm going to interrupt and tell you I just watched that piece. 2 thumbs up. Great job on Brock's piece last night.
I appreciate it. That means a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you, Coach.
Very well done.
I hate to bring up, after you said that nice thing, I hate to bring up the last time you played in Michigan. It did not go well, and we talked about that several weeks ago, that it was a bad flight home, and the guys did not, we watched the film, and it was not good.
Yep.
Is it almost good to play Michigan again because you know what happened, and you almost a little payback time?
Well, just from the standpoint, we're using the same thing. The response that we've had against, we played Minnesota, we lost on Friday night, a game we thought we played really, really well on. We responded, we came back, beat them the next night. The following week, we played Michigan State, had a bad game on Friday night. We responded by playing really well and beating them 6-2 the second night. Penn State, same type of thing, lost on Friday, has responded with a big win. So that weekend series for us, this is a response that we have to go in there differently and approach the game the same way we did our Saturday night games the last 3 weeks. So they're a great team. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. They got more skill, on that team than pretty much any other college team. But we're going to have to do what we did the past few weekends: play physical, play smart, try to play 5-on-5 as much as we can, get good goaltending, and put ourselves in a chance to win. And we're capable of doing it, and we're excited about the opportunity to do it. So to play Michigan or whoever, it didn't matter. But I do think just from the response mentality that we've had the past few weekends, this is a chance for us to go into Michigan. We know what to expect. We know what we have to do better to give ourselves a chance to win, and we were going to do just that.
Mark.
Tony, as far as with your goaltenders, has it become harder to decide who's you're going to put out there from game to game, and if so, is that a problem I don't know, as a coach you like to have, or would you like things maybe more settled?
No, I think what Kyle did, and you're referencing his performance on Saturday night, and the past couple performances have been really, really good. I think that gives us a chance to have an option to go one way or the other on Friday, and knowing that both guys are capable. I think what Jared did last year in the playoffs against Notre Dame, he won the first game. I thought he played really well in the second, 2 that we lost, both by a goal. Gave us chances all 3 games. So he's someone that has gone through it experience-wise. So both of these guys are ready to play. We'll make that decision as the week moves on which one will start on Friday. But it's a good problem to have.
You have another one, Mark? No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll monopolize. I guess it's obvious, in these series you want to start well. The first game, obviously Friday is going to be huge. I think the last couple of series, the first game hasn't gone great for you guys. So I guess what do you think kind of might be key to kind of getting that start that's really going to give you a chance to
Sure.
put some pressure on
I
them?
think the thing that we just mentioned earlier about the response of the fact that we didn't play well last time we were there. So we have a little bit of chip on our shoulder heading into the weekend. Again, respect our opponent. They're good. For us to be successful against them, we got to make it hard on their skill players. We got to be physical without getting penalties. We got to be in a position where we're really smart with the puck, so we don't give them chances. Or I shouldn't say chances. We shouldn't put them in a position to make it easy on them. If they're going to score, they're going to have to go 200 feet, and they're going to have to grind through us. And that means we're going to have to get a forecheck going. And I'll mention it again. We have to be physical. We got to get to their goalie. Their goalie's a big kid that we think we can get to in different ways. And like you said, the start of the series will dictate how probably that series is going to go. And we expect to come out and try to set the tempo with the physicality of it and try to establish our offensive zone and our forecheck and go from there.
Brian.
How is Cruz Lucius? And even though he didn't play last weekend, you scored a couple of power play goals. What was
Sure.
working there?
Sure. Yeah, Cruz has practiced and will practice all week. We think he will be available to us this weekend. He is a big part of our power play, but without him last weekend, we got 2 power play goals and 4 opportunities. So there are things we can do if he's not playing. But obviously we'd love to have him back in here. He's been a point producer all year. He's a dynamic offensive player that gives the other team something to think about. But from a power play standpoint, I like where we're at confidence-wise with that, both units. But, ultimately we don't want to get into a specialty teams match against them. They just got too much skill from the standpoint that if we can make them have to grind it out 5-on-5, I think it'll play into our advantage as the series goes on.
Todd.
Tony, we saw last weekend around the Big Ten that the seedings didn't get decided until the last second of overtime at Michigan Notre Dame. What made the Big Ten such a challenge this year? Obviously there's a lot of skill everywhere. There's a lot of grit at some
1st, 5th,
teams.
8th, 10th, 17th, 20th. 6 teams in the top 20 all year long. Great. It's been a great season. It's what we dreamed of from a Big Ten standpoint when this league was formed, of having elite teams be in there consistently. Unfortunately for us, we're at the bottom end of that. But every single weekend we were playing a top-ranked team, and I think it made us better. I think it gave us an opportunity to learn a lot about ourselves as the year went on, and now it's time for us to use those lessons and play well in the playoffs and make something special of the year. That's what I believe we can do. That's what I believe our team feels right now. It's not going to be easy. There's no question. Just being in the seed we're in makes it really, really difficult. But being in the room and having the captains that we have, having the goaltenders we have, having the kids that I know we have, we're going to go down with a fight if we do go down. And this is an opportunity that I think, based on the last few weekends, this is confidence is at a season high going into the playoffs. So I think that is a good feeling in the room, and that's what we're going to go with.
Zach.
Tony, you kind of touched on it these past couple weeks, but you guys have been in playoff mode for the last month or so. Now you're actually in the playoffs, tournament time. Is there a benefit to already been playing with that mindset of, hey, do or die, win or go home? We got to respond.
Yeah, I believe that's true. But as Todd just said, every team has been playing. And like you said, 3 weeks ago, Minnesota was playing to win the division. The last 2 weekends, we played teams that were both trying to win to get home ice advantage. So those teams were playing the same type of hockey as well. Michigan, the same thing. They had to grind out to hold the 2 seed and hold home ice. So I think the conference has been so good all year that it's kind of what every weekend's been for every team. But I think we're getting healthy from the standpoint. I think Luce will be able to play. Anthony Kerr's played a game the last couple weekends. He should be available to us. So we got the bodies that we will need to face the challenges that we have against Michigan. So I think that part's good as well. So yes, we've been playing playoff hockey, but I think the rest of the conference has as well.